But I said, if you gave me Mahomes, if you gave me Lamar Jackson with his great legs and Mahomes' great arm, or you gave me Baker Mayfield, who would I want? I would want Baker Mayfield, and the reason why is because Baker Mayfield.
I really think that now this is the worst case scenario for the San Francisco 49ers, is that they're going to have to cut ties with Jimmy Garoppolo if I were them. What? Oh my God! Wow, man!
In any event, Kyle Gibson is definitely my NL Cy Young Award winner. Rock on, Gibson.
And even no way! Oh my God!
Coming to you live from the desert, Phoenix, Arizona to be exact. What's up, y'all? I'm here at the Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport, about to get on a plane to head back home to the Bay Area in a bit. But my flight's not for another 4 hours, so do have some time to spare and, you know, be here and just talk some sports with you guys, because there's a lot of stuff going on right now. And I just wanted to just give my quick reaction to some of the stuff that's going on here in the sports world. There's a lot of stuff going on right now and needed to touch on some stuff. Been a very fun trip so far here in Phoenix, Arizona. As you can see, you know, I went to the Suns game yesterday, got to see my guy Devin Booker, balled out. Grayson Allen had an amazing game. Suns won that pretty handily. Went to the Rangers and Reds game. Went to got to see you sit next to Rangers owner Ray Davis. That was pretty freaking awesome. Got to talk to and, you know, dab up Rangers third base coach Tony Beasley. So that was pretty awesome. First day went to Scottsdale, you know, saw Matt Chapman, saw Matt Chapman, Bob Melvin. Yesterday saw Bruce Bochy. I mean, it's been a fun experience so far. Definitely living the ultimate sports fans life and dream here. It's kind of bittersweet that I have to go back home today. It's definitely been a fun experience here in Arizona. Really recommend you guys to go check it out if you guys do have time to go check it out. You know, spring trainings is always a blast, and I really recommend. I can't stress that enough. Really recommend you guys to all go and check it out if you have time. But let's get into it. Let's get into some of the big stories in the sports world. And I got two stories that we definitely have to get into. Definitely got to get into what was supposed to be, Yamamoto, right? Because it was Yamamoto's first game, and everybody was really excited to see the Dodgers' $325 million man that they got from Japan. This guy is apparently supposed to be the guy, one of the filthiest pitchers to ever come out of Japan, and he's supposed to be this legendary pitcher. He had a great career in Japan. He's coming over. He's young. He's a phenom, and everybody was fired up to see him, and me included. I stayed up until like 3 a.m. in the morning here, 3:30 a.m. to be exact, to see him. And he didn't even last more. He didn't even last more than an inning. And unfortunately, however, the Shohei Ohtani bombshell that was dropped on us, that overshadowed everything. Let's get into the Shohei story first. You guys haven't heard the news by now. Shohei Ohtani, interpreter IPPEI Mizuhara, fired by the Dodgers because he was involved in a gambling scheme. And Shohei Ohtani's name is a part of it. It's a really messy story. I just listened to First Take. They had a wonderful segment. Really recommend you guys all to go and check that segment out if you have time, and go and listen to it, because it's really informative, and you would get a lot of information. The investigative reporter for ESPN that broke that story, she is on that show. She gives you a lot of great information. So I really recommend, once we're done with the show, to go and check it out. You guys would really be really informed by that segment. But I'll give you the clip notes version of the story. Basically what happened was yesterday, or Shohei Otani's interpreter, Ippei Mizuhara, is part of a gambling scheme that is coordinated by a gambling ring that is being investigated by the FBI. It's part of a broader FBI investigation, but he's part of it. And he told Shohei Otani that he has $4.5 million in debt. He has a gambling problem. He's got $4.5 million in gambling debt. And Shohei Otani, upon hearing this, reportedly told Ippei that he would pay for it because they're best buddies and, that they best friends, and he'll cover Ippei's debt. Shohei Otani reportedly went on the computer and personally went into his bank account and paid for the debt. And so we fast forward a couple of days to what happened. This is after the Dodgers Padres game in Korea yesterday, on Tuesday or Wednesday, I believe it was. I'm losing my track of days here. But on Wednesday, what happened is after the game, the Dodgers have a team meeting, and the Dodgers president, Mark Caston, says that there is a story coming out, a damning story coming out about this gambling scheme. And Ippei Mizuhara stands up, he apologizes to the team and says, I got a gambling problem. And Shohei Otani was a part of this. Shohei Otani was part of this meeting, and he says Shohei paid for my debt, and then a player comes out and says, so what? And Mark Caston, the president, says that Shohei Otani's name is a part of the checks, and so then that leads to a murmur from the audience, the Dodgers players that are there and coaches that are there. Otani gets pulled into a private meeting with Dodgers presidents and team officials, and he says that I had no idea about the money, where the money went. Didn't realize $4.5 million was missing, and he alleges massive theft after saying originally that I agreed to pay for my friend, and that's what was leaked also publicly, that he agreed to pay for his friend, and then a couple hours later it was changed to massive theft. There's a lot of crap going on right now. There's a lot of just rumors, speculation, a lot of just missing ends going on right now. And so I don't want to get too much reaction into the story, but if I had to give my initial reaction to it, is this is a crazy, crazy, crazy story that I think we're just at the tip of the iceberg. I think there's way more stuff down there in the middle, in the mud. I think there's a lot of stuff going on that we don't know about that's going to get uncovered shortly. But I think that this is going to cause a lot of headaches for not just the Dodgers, but MLB in general. Because when you think about this situation, right, something does not add up. Something else is going on here that it's far from the truth. Someone's lying over here, because Ippei said Shohei paid for him. Shohei said he paid for him in the beginning, and then a couple hours later, when he was pulled to a team meeting with the officials, he said that he had no freaking clue where the money went. He didn't agree to pay for it. Something's going on, man. Something is not adding up, and we're gonna get the truth, because the truth always comes out. But Shohei Otani, there's something going on. There is something freaking going on with this story. And I have a bad fear, folks, that Shohei Otani might be the guy that did the gambling, and that Ippei was just made as the fall guy. Because the story, Shohei, if you paid for him, okay, fine, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. But then why do you change the story a couple hours later? It just doesn't make any sense. If you personally went on your computer and paid for him, and then you go with a team meeting without Ippei, you go and tell the Dodgers management that you had no idea where the money. It just doesn't make any sense. So, that's my reaction to it. It's it just doesn't make any sense. Something's not adding up, and I think we're gonna get more details possibly in the next coming days, weeks, and months. But I'd be interested and fascinated to see what happens moving forward. Is this a distraction for the Dodgers? You bet it is. And I think that this definitely could pummel the Dodgers season for sure. But this is a big deal. A lot of people were saying like, "Oh, who cares? Who cares?" No, no, this is a big deal. Look at the entire scope of the story. This is a major deal, and if Shohei is truly, in fact, found to be the guy that gambled, then MLB's got a massive problem on their hand. We got another Pete Rose situation on our hands, and it's like, what do you do? Because he's the golden boy. He's the guy that's the face of baseball right now. And what do you do now in that situation if he's the one, in fact, that's found to be the guy that gambled and not Ippei? Like, what do you do? Like, you can't. Like, you have to obviously ban him for life. Um, and that's the situation. And also, if Ippei's the one that's found gambled and he's found to gamble at Angel games, then oh boy, that's another sticky situation that MLB has their hands full with. So a lot of stuff that will come out in the next coming days, weeks, and months. Can't wait to see what happens. But this is a situation that we're just at the beginning of it, and there's going to be a lot more that comes out of this that we do not know of, and it's going to be fascinating to see what really transpired in this situation. So that's my take of the whole Shohei Ohtani gambling story. It's definitely mind-boggling. It's stunning, and it's going to be a situation that we're definitely going to have to watch out for in the next coming days, weeks, and months ahead. But let's get into the game. Yamamoto. Let's get into him. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, well regarded, very hyped phenom. $325 million man, comes from Japan and gets absolutely lit up in the first inning of the Dodger game. He didn't even get an out until like the five batters had already reached base. He gives up 5 runs. He gives up, I believe he gave up 5 runs on 4 hits. He walked 2 batters. He hit one guy. It was just a mess. He faced 9 batters in the first inning, threw almost 50 pitches. I was watching that first inning with my guy James. I mean, we thought, okay, we would watch Yamamoto's first inning, and then he would go longer, but he didn't even last longer than our show did. That's how bad he was. Definitely very disappointing for Yamamoto. Not what he hoped, obviously. The biggest issue for him was his command. I mean, he could not locate his slider. He could not locate the curveball. He was very erratic. I think nerves definitely played a part, obviously. But he just couldn't locate. Yeah, he has some really good stuff. He's got a lot of great movement on his pitches, but you got to learn to locate. And the reason why I'm picking the San Francisco Giants to win that NL West is because you got a lot of question marks about the Dodgers. Sure, Yamamoto might be great in the long run, but this is his first season in the big leagues. He's a rookie. He's essentially like what Wyatt Langford is going to be for the Texas Rangers. Like, yeah, you can't put high expectations on him because pitching in Japan is different than pitching in the major league. The major league is way more competition. It's way heightened. You got way heightened hitters out there. Like it's going to take time to adjust, and I think that for him, I think like in the long run he's going to be fine. But this year, I would not be surprised if Yamamoto has an ERA in the 4 or 5s because it takes time to adjust to facing major league pitching or major league hitters. And I think Yamamoto got a unfortunate dose of reality of that last night. And that's why, Dodge fans, they got to be patient with this kid. You can't write him off after year one if he has a bad year, which I could see happening. That's why, for me, the Dodgers, they got a lot of question marks. They got a lot of talent, but they got a lot of question marks because Glasnow, can he stay healthy? Yamamoto, can he adjust to pitching in the big leagues? Ohtani with the whole gambling thing now, like there's a lot of question marks. So with the Dodgers. So do not write off the Giants. Really, do not write off the Giants. But Yamamoto, he needs to learn to locate. That's what he needs to learn. Like Fujinami, another pitcher from Japan, struggled in his first season because he could not locate. He could not locate. He has got great stuff, but it doesn't matter if you have great stuff if you cannot locate your pitches. You need to learn to locate your pitches. If you can, you'll be an amazing pitcher. But doesn't matter if you have the great stuff if you do not learn to locate, and that's what Yamamoto struggled with yesterday. He got a heavy dose of reality, and I hope he's gonna be fine because I really want to see him have success. But he's got to learn to locate, and Dodger fans got to be patient with him here in year one. But it's been a great show, everybody. I gotta go out and explore more of this Phoenix area. It's been phenomenal here in Phoenix. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys, to a very quick and instant episode of Sports Weekly here. We'll try to do a full show sometime later on this week. It's going to be fun. But March Madness is here. Hope you guys all enjoy it. Baseball is around the corner. Hope you guys all enjoy it. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you again soon. Have a good night, everybody. Good night.
But I said, if you gave me Mahomes, if you gave me Lamar Jackson with his great legs and Mahomes' great arm, or you gave me Baker Mayfield, who would I want? I would want Baker Mayfield, and the reason why is because Baker Mayfield.
I really think that now this is the worst case scenario for the San Francisco 49ers, is that they're going to have to cut ties with Jimmy Garoppolo if I were them. What? Oh my God! Wow, man!
In any event, Kyle Gibson is definitely my NL Cy Young Award winner. Rock on, Gibby.
And even no way! Oh my God!